So I made a promise to give you guys a YouTube every day. I broke my promise, I'm sorry. So yesterday, I'm having like the hardest prep day ever, feeling terrible. And I go into the sauna, you know, really sweating it out, and there's this guy, I see him in the corner of my eye, and he's like, dude, when's the next YouTube coming out? And I didn't know what to say. It was such a humbling experience. And he was just like really friendly and polite and asking about the journey, and then he was like, you know, stop starving us. Please, we need another YouTube. So shout out to you, bro. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it. Now I'm going to go over what I do in my prep so that you guys can copy me if you want. So here's how I do things, right? I do 2 high volume cereals per day, low sugar. So I do cream of rice and I do oats. So I do both of those twice a day. Then I like to use a variety of ways. So here I've got a salted caramel flavor. Here's a blueberry flavor, blueberry smoothie flavor. And then I also do a chocolate whey isolate, which tastes amazing. So keep rotating those flavors, guys. Then I use a blueberry syrup or pancake syrup. These are both sugar-free. It's very important to me to keep the taste buds firing, keep things tasting good. Then I also use low-calorie sticks, so Canderel. I put that in my coffee. I put that on my cereals. And then, in terms of spices and condiments, so this is how I do things. I use 50% tomato sauce, and I use some mustard. So I don't use that very often, maybe just on my egg whites at the moment. Then on my savory meals, so I do 1 beef meal a day, lean minced beef, and then I do 1 fillet steak. And then with that, I'll mix in low sodium soy sauce, garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. And then I tend to also use a lot of white spirit vinegar just to keep the system nice, and I like the taste. So I'll do 1 shot of this in the morning, apple cider vinegar for the gut, and then I'll use this twice a day. So I'll mix this into my avo, and then I'll also put it on the food because it just tastes amazing. It also helps with my cravings. I guess it probably stabilizes my blood sugar, not sure. Then I do 2 egg white meals, and this is quite a good hack. It's low in calories, high volume, and I do it at the end of the day. So second last meal, I'm doing egg whites with oats. And then my last meal, I just do straight egg whites with 2 rice cakes. And I like to do those ones from Woolies, the pink ones. I've actually filmed another video, so I'll put that in. Then another hack, baking powder. So this is going to help your body with lactic acid, and it's going to volumize your food. So I tend to throw this into the cream of rice and into the oats when I get closer, and it really helps with my gut. Like, it just keeps it flat. Then sugar-free drinks. This is iced tea, sugar-free. I drink a ton of this a day. Like, it's flipping amazing. And then I used to use a lot of these drops. This is a sugar-free drop, but to be honest, it doesn't sit that well with my gut, so every now and again. Then salt, 6 times a day, actually 7, so I'll go 5 grinds on every meal, and then 4 grinds in my intra-workout. Then I use the electrolytes in the morning to just keep my system fresh, keep it hydrated. So I'm doing about 6 scoops of this a day. And then, I'm not sure what else I do. Oh, tomatoes. So I do tomatoes. Can you think of anything else that we add in, like on the grocery shopping list that I haven't added? I guess white rice. So I do white rice meals 2 and meals 4. And then other than that, I guess a shitload of burgers once a week. Okay, I've been waiting for that message from Mike. Sometimes the rules in bodybuilding don't apply, so that's how it's been this year. Conditioning getting better every week and getting rewarded for the hard work, so time to reap the rewards. Cool. So I remembered that I've been promising all these YouTubes. So I just finished my high day breakfast, it's polished. There's 150 grams cream of rice, 2 scoops away, 100 grams blueberries, and then I add in these sweet potato rice cakes. I do about 4 on a high day. So the weekend's come and gone. I gave you my Olympia predictions. We see that Ryan Terry 1, Ali 3rd, Brandon 4th, and then sorry, other way around. Aaron 4th, Brandon 3rd, Ali 2nd. But yeah, so we've got a big week. We are literally out in about, we are flying out in about 7 days or something. Sent through a lot of data this weekend. The crazy thing was, I was super flat yesterday, and then I had a low day and I rested, and everything started to come back. So I was sitting here thinking I need like a massive refeed again, but I think the body had other ideas. So just waiting on Mike's response as to what the game plan is for the week, and then we'll go from there. But until then, normal high day, chest, and yeah, it's set to be a good week. But yeah, so this is everything that I have on my grocery list if you want to copy me. And honestly, I do feel bad for not posting another YouTube. I just got so caught up with trying to dial in the conditioning, and you know, it's been a little bit more tough, but everything's going really well. Like, I'll post some updates on this YouTube now, but finally I'm really dug out on my weak serratus side, but that's my strong shoulder and chest side. So I'm excited about that. And it's looking to be one of my best packages ever. Probably my best. I just always say one of, because, you know, I look at the past and I'm like, shit, I did well then. But yeah, we're super excited. Another thing I made a post about it was nerves. I'm actually not nervous this year because I've proved everything that I wanted to prove to myself. So, you know, a judge's opinion of me is really irrelevant right now. It's about my own improvements and the people around me, like my coaches, my family, my girlfriend. We all really excited about what's happened this year. So that has to be enough. You know, you can't be this guy who's like so disappointed if he doesn't win, because, you know, you have to win that battle inside first. So yeah, that's the first bit of this. I'm actually on a rest day, but I'm gonna go in and just train some abs and sauna, and yeah, I'll keep you guys rolling as the day goes. Rant time on the YouTube. Keep on seeing these videos from these influencers. First of all, they look like they've never eaten in their life, so they're really underweight. Second of all, they're promoting like, oh, tomatoes have got this amount of calories, cucumbers got this amount of calories, lettuce has got this amount of calories. People, the calories from vegetables are empty, unless it's a pumpkin or a butternut. If it's green, or if it's a cucumber or a tomato, please stop wasting your time and your energy counting that on your calorie counting apps. Another thing is, what really gets me is people promoting all this high fibrous foods. You know, as a diet technique, you are just going to get constipated, okay? That's the reality of it. If you eat too much fiber, your stomach is going to get blocked. Trust me, I've tried this stuff 100 times post-competition, and I know what happens. You start shredding all that lettuce into your meals, and you think, oh, amazing, look at all this high volume food. Yeah, your stomach is going to stop working, and you are going to be gassier than Fat Bastard from Austin Powers. So,
first things first, where's your
just
shitter?
Count your calories properly.
Got a turtle head
Your
poking eggs.
staples. Your fats, your carbs, your proteins.
I'm not kidding.
And then go minimal, minimal on the vegetables, please. Twice a day, maybe 100 grams each. So this is raw and unedited after the sauna. I'm literally walking around with my hair like this and red like a tomato. So I just want to show you guys my level of zero fucks given. Walking through Melrose Arch, looking like a rosa tomato.
beard face, vein head, slops and sweat all over me. But at least I had a shower. So yeah, now I'm gonna go home, eat, rest. It was meant to be a rest day, but we trained a bit hard. Probably gonna be a bit inflamed because of it, but I'm trying to get every last bit of conditioning that I can now. Whew. At least I'm smiling. Surely I can't be the only one that uses sunglasses to put my hair back. So my hair's really long at the moment. My hairdresser, who I've been going to for like the last 2.5 years, the one day I went in there and he's like, listen, I'm really tired of this like whole skin fade thing. You need to grow up and you need a proper haircut. So yeah, we've been growing it, and I'm actually quite liking the longer hair. But yeah, so a little bit of arms done. I really haven't trained much arms this year at all. I just figured that it gets trained so hard when I do back and when I do chest and shoulders that it's just a bit of a waste. The sauna went good. I'm sitting at about 105.5. That's after my refeed 2 days ago. It was a really big refeed. Again, about 1,000 to 1,200 grams of carbs. And the minute I start feeling those lats popping out, then I know like, okay, we're there. We're starting to get full. So that is kind of like an indication, because I'm always so fucking flat when I'm on stage that I just can't do it again, you know, like I'm always chasing conditioning and then I always just end up not looking great. So this year is going to be interesting because like I realized last year I lose a lot of intramuscular fluid when I do these heavy water drops, especially down my back. So obviously when I see my coach now in person, we're going to come up with like the ultimate peak plan based on what we've been doing the whole peak, the amounts of foods, and then just get me dry enough because I am already quite conditioned. And then obviously bring a round look. So that's the plan. You know, it's no discredit to people that have prepped me in the past. They just don't know me personally because I'm 6'4". So seeing photographs of me on a picture, like through an iPhone, is very different to what you see in person. So that's why it's so great having Steph with me on the ground. And then obviously Mike has seen me competing over the years and met me. So, you know, finally we've got a good picture of what we need to do to actually really bring a proper package. Because in the past it was like we're just going with photos, you know, and I genuinely feel like I present very different on pictures. So yeah, that's that. Quite enjoyed the ab training today, I must say. I still feel like I could have gone heavier with my abs this year, but you know, there's always that trade-off where you don't want to grow your midsection, because obviously I was pushing a lot of food in the off season, so I don't want to like fucking be like lifting crazy weights and then we get into the prep and my waist is all thick, because I genuinely feel like my waist is actually smaller this year than it was last year, which makes me really happy. Don't really know what else. I've never been to North Carolina, so I don't really know what to expect. Booking accommodation tonight. Our flights are booked. Yeah. I wonder what the face looks like underneath this beard. I myself yesterday. I was bleeding all over after my sauna. Legs tomorrow. Been sleeping like a flipping baby, which is like a luxury now. You don't understand, like I've never ever slept like this during a prep, ever. So that's great. Seeing the YouTube now, this is what most of the top guys don't show. I'm on a rest day right now and I'm absolutely in the pits because it's not easy being at a low body fat percentage. Your body has to adapt and you have to get used to it. So you will have days where you are really struggling.
obviously this is the extremes of the sport. I'm pushing to really get dug out, and it's something that I've done many times before. So I'm very familiar with this feeling, and you know, I know how to balance my schedule around feeling like this. But yeah, so for the rest of the day, I'm probably just going to be relaxing, replying to clients, and then I've got to get a few more steps done outside on the lawn there. I think I'm at like 10,700. So, you know, as soon as I get to that 12,000 mark, and I'm going to relax. But yeah, I just wanted to give you an indication of how I feel 2 weeks before a show. Cool.
So this is where I finish my steps off in the evenings. Not like trying to go too fast, but it really does help. And it's better than going on the road sometimes. So you'll see me walking up and down here in the evenings like an insane person. So I get here, and then I turn, I go back. And this is Nathaniel. Are you in a YouTube? This cat, we got it and we thought it was a boy, but then it walked down the stairs and it is actually a girl. She doesn't like to be picked up, but she needs love today, so she's actually being quite friendly. And that's Blackie. I don't know why they're acting so friendly. Tran's always friendly. We call her Tranny. About 100 years old.